we're all just assuming that Odell can just get out there on the field and run around and start right now and get in somebody's house and somebody's building and give him a few snaps and get up to speed. And by the time they hit the playoffs, he'll be fully functional and dynamic. In other words, we thought this thing would play out just like last year with the Rams. The difference between last year and this year is last year he was just overcoming the Browns. This year he's overcoming a knee injury, quite frankly. And he starts showing up, or he was overcoming his relationship with Baker Mayfield. I mean, how about this? If you had told us last year at this very point, entering Week 14, that Baker Mayfield would be there with the Rams, but Odell wouldn't be. Right?
That's pretty shocking.
That Baker Mayfield, on this night.
Yeah, that'd be pretty shocking.
On this night of Week 14's Thursday Night Football kickoff, Baker Mayfield could very well be the starting quarterback of the Los Angeles Rams on Amazon Prime's coverage that would include LeBron James having a shop version of a simulcast with Odell Beckham Jr. as a guest. So, hey, folks at the shop, two things. I mean, there's some journalism to be conducted tonight. We got to find out what is going on with Odell. Okay? What is going on? These are the things I want to know from Odell tonight. How quickly can he get out there? And is he upset that the Cowboys are talking about it? Is that a deal breaker? Because the Cowboys are talking about it. The Giants are like, great visit. We had Sean McDermott on this week, and he's like, yeah, great visit. And I asked him point blank, hey, are you concerned about not having a guy out on the field and you're signing him? And he just talked in generalities, of course, but Jerry went on his radio show, and he's like, absolutely, I've got a problem. And then Ed Werder's tweeting out about how this is more of a 2023 issue. And Micah Parsons saying, hey, he told me he's not going to be ready for 5 weeks. You take a look at the Cowboys' schedule. If he's not ready for 5 weeks, the Dallas Cowboys' next 5 games are this very week against Houston, at Jacksonville, home for Philadelphia, at Tennessee, at Washington. They would finish the season without him. And it would be, if they don't somehow, some way get that bye week, and I don't think they will. They're 2 games behind the team that's already beaten them. If they don't get that bye, the next week it'll be Odell's debut.
In the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Yeah, and by the way,
not good.
The same thing goes for whoever he signs with.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Bills, their next 5 games. The difference between the Cowboys and the Bills is the Bills are entering the final 5 games of the season as the 1 seed in the AFC. And Odell wouldn't be able to get out there. So maybe, just maybe, the Buffalo Bills would be the best spot for him to sign, because he'd have that extra week of preparation, but still his debut would be in the divisional playoff round. Really? I mean, last year you saw the first game that he played again, for the Rams. That was that Thursday night game. I believe it was a Thursday night game in San Francisco. Remember that, where Stafford went up top, kind of forced it in there, interception. It took about 2-3 weeks for Odell to really get started. And then by the time the Super Bowl hit, that was like a 7-8 week ramp up. And if you're the Giants, as Pelissero points out, you're signing him now to what? Rehab for a 5-week period that might wind up because he's not out there. You need him. You don't make the playoffs. You're out. I mean, that to me is a fascinating development that we just all thought, okay, his knee's good. He's going to decide once he's done with his tour. 2 days later, he's going to make a decision. Maybe he does announce it tonight you want to talk about making news.
That would be cool.
What's he looking for? Because this now makes sense that this is a 2-year venture for him. He wants this year and he wants next year, because this year might not materialize.
Yeah.
He wants to use the desire to, maybe I can help you in the playoffs. Look what I did last year in Los Angeles, as a cudgel to get that second year right now.
To say I can help you for a full season.
Yes. I don't think anybody saw this coming. And Tom, the way he described it was very matter of fact. He's like, hey, this is a knee injury that he suffered 10 months ago. So he's kind of on course, and everybody's kind of learning that, hey, the timing may not work out if you need Odell to make the playoffs. And the timing may not work out that his debut could come in the playoffs. That's a risk. I'm talking about a risk.
Yeah.
You're suddenly trying to figure out when the action is live and win or go home.
And you have no timing with the receiver, yeah.
Yeah, and suddenly a ball flies, tipped up in the hands of somebody else, and now the whole team's home.
You just run them on the fly, I guess, but
I don't know if we're going to see Odell this year, man.
Now, isn't that amazing? At the beginning of the week, I'm like, okay, by some point by the end of this week, we're going to find out where he's going.
Yeah.
I think we do see him this year, though. I think we do see him this year. That somebody's just going to, he's so damn talented and so damn good and such a difference maker. He really is.
2 knee injuries in 2 years, though, man.
I got it.
That's tough.
I hear you. But he is just that damn good that if he could take the top of a defense off, he gives you 10, 15 snaps, just even 10, 15 snaps where the defense has got a shade somewhere to his side of the field. Because just the threat of him.
yeah.
Because bottom line is this, conditioning that. He could run a straight line and put his hand up. Right? You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
I said run a fly with him. And just,
I mean,
You know what
Deshaun
I mean?
Jackson did it last week.
Hey, here I am.
Yeah.
Like if you had to choose 5 guys in the league that you'd want to just run straight line and put a hand up, he's one of them, isn't
Pretty
he?
good. Yeah.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.